Friend, do you have social anxiety or are you an introvert? Tell me if this happened to you before. So you sitting outside your car, right? You outside a coffee shop, event. Then you just feel this heavy, tight knot in the pit of your stomach. You keep checking the phone, checking the time, trying to get yourself ready, talk to yourself, pep yourself up to go in there. Then in the back of your mind, you just saying, why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just walk in there like everybody else? If you feel like that, I want you to know you're not alone. But the question is, are you an introvert that value your peace and quiet? Or do you have social anxiety? A lot of people are mixed the two. People love to put labels on something. Soon as somebody say they want to stay home on a Friday night or a Saturday night, they just assume, oh, they just an introvert. A lot of people think being an introvert means you antisocial, you hate people. It's really all about energy management with them. Think of your energy levels as like your phone battery. Extroverts, they recharge their battery by being in the crowd, going to events, talking to strangers, meeting new people. But one thing about it, if they stay home for too long, they start feeling drained and restless and sluggish. But if you're an introvert, you're the complete opposite. You start your day on full charge. But every social interaction you got, it'll chip away from that percentage of that battery. Going to work is draining your percentage. Fake small talking in that break room with that coworker, draining your percentage. Then after work, you realize you got to go to the grocery store for something you got to cook tonight, draining more of your percentage. So by the time you get home, your battery on red, it's time to plug you up back to the wall. And yeah, that source, that energy source, is solitude. Just quiet time with yourself in a room where nobody asking you for nothing. You notice I ain't mentioned fear. An introvert, they could walk into a party, be charming, tell jokes, have no problem connecting with people, and command the room. They got the social skills to do it perfectly. But the difference is when they leave that social setting, they feel drained. So they don't avoid the party because they terrified of what somebody think of them. They avoid it because they know they got about, 10% battery left. And they rather spend that 10% on reading a book or watching a movie. So their decision is not based off being stuck in, survival mode or having a guard up. But social anxiety, that's the fear of being watched or scrutinized or rejection. So your brain will process a social interaction is the same as ordering food, talking on the phone, walking past a table of strangers, a job interview, public speaking. I know a lot of these contractors, they tearing down all these trees and building these housing communities, and it be lakes back there, and it be gators back there, just walking the streets in front of these houses like it ain't nothing. And you see one of them, think of how your brain gonna process it. It literally process. If you have social anxiety, your brain will process it the same way as if it was a regular social interaction. So that tell you right there, a person with social anxiety, their brain is always on survival, fight, alert. So which one are you? Do you have to get high or drink liquor before you interact with people? Okay, paint this picture for me. Let's say, imagine you sitting at a table with 5 people, and it's just this awkward silence. Like, ain't nobody talking about nothing. All y'all ran out of stuff to talk about. If you're an introvert, then that don't bother you. You just daydreaming, think about how high these gas prices is. They got to be putting water in it. If you got social anxiety, then that silence feels like an emergency. You overstimulated. Your mind racing 1,000,000 miles a minute. You wondering, why everybody quiet? Like, is it me? They think I'm boring? They waiting on me to talk? Do I look stupid? See how exhausting that is? You might start sweating. Your voice might start cracking. Your heart start beating fast. And because that physical feeling feels so uncomfortable, they'll ignore text messages. They want RBSP. Any type of outing. It could be at the grocery store, church, work, taking a walk, there's no eye contact. Like if somebody passed by, they'll look down in their phone, keep their head down to avoid eye contact. If they at a social gathering, they'll go find a little corner they can go be in, or they'll hover over the food table, or they'll be at the bar area trying to consume a lot of alcohol so that they can be more loose and comfortable to be able to interact with people. But the problem is avoiding it, because it's like it's teaching your brain a dangerous pattern. I hope you learned something today. If you're an introvert, embrace it. Protect your peace. I want you to know it's okay to schedule your alone time without feeling guilty. But if you recognize that you have social anxiety, I want you to know that it's okay to live your life. And it's okay to let your brain recognize that this world isn't as bad as you think it is. The next time you pass a stranger and you see yourself about to look down, force yourself to look up and make eye contact. Smile. Ask the next cashier you come in contact with how their day going so far. Call your friend instead of texting them next time. Over time, you will feel better and you will get better with your social skills. Baby steps. You got to crawl before you walk. You are good enough. You won't say the wrong thing. People will like you. I appreciate you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.